wherever you are right now. My name is Nancy Bliss, and I'd like to welcome you to the second Inside Insight series of interviews with Laura Lee Mystica, co-author of Cryogenetics 2, Covert, Secrets, and Alchemy. So during the next half hour, we will address several topics. The first one I'd like to ask Laura Lee about is our new name for the H.R.T. And why it was changed. That's something very big that's happened since last week. And so here she is, directly from her undisclosed chicken farm amidst an enchanted cedar forest. Multidimensional, multitasker, Laura Lee Mystica. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm having some technical difficulties at my place. It seems that we've got water in our phone lines, so there's there's a buzzing in there. I don't know if this recording will work very well or how long it'll work, but we'll just do what we can as long as we can. So yeah, there's been a lot going on in the past few days, and we have been working on, I guess I need to go back a little bit, and one of the main reasons for the Hologram Rescue Team was to rescue and retrieve, rescue, and rehabilitate, or at least get rehabilitation started from beings from all species. There is plants and animals and bugs, and besides the humanoids and the flyers, that got blown into this hologram by the D monster. And when she did this, she knew that it was her ticket to salvation, so to speak, because she knew we wouldn't shut off the hologram with pieces of our personnel stuck inside. And so she took those pieces and put them in some of the most god-awful spirit traps you'd ever want to imagine. And we have spent years and years and years trying to locate our team members, and it has just taken a long time. And then just a few days ago, I was feeling really spunky because I was really getting tired of everything that was going on, and I said, okay, let's just go after and get as many as we can. So I took a bunch of our home team and other Hologram Rescue Team members inside the hologram, and we did a sweep. It's kind of like a mind sweep. And when we were done, I checked to see, checked home team to see how many more, is there what percentage are we? Because, it's been a little more and a little better each time we do these. And this time I got that we're done. And I'm like, no, really? We're done? We got them all? And I kept getting, yes, they're all accounted for. All of the pieces are accounted for. And now what our job is to help restore the hologram back to its pristine state. Now, there's still an awful lot of booby traps and event releases. We just had one a few nights ago that try to mess everything up. It's like the D monster put it in place a lot of really crazy things. It's like if we get to this state, then all of these horrible things are going to happen. They're called event releases, or that's what we call them. And we just got a bunch of those on the 13th, and what they were, I don't even know what they're called, but when I saw them, they looked like the spy versus spy birds. And there were, I had some of them on me. They were causing chaos and just like needless, unnecessary chaos and destruction. And I know a lot of the other Indigos and H.R.T members had been feeling that too. It's like their life was going to hell in a handbasket. And so these things were apparently hatched, and there were, I'm trying to think of how many there were. There was 31 of them that had hatched at that time, and they were a level 9.8 threat. So these aren't nice, you know. And there were still, then I found out there was like 712 waiting to hatch. So I got together with some of my home team members, and we just went out and did a sweep. We found the eggs and did an essence extinction on them. And there was nothing good about them. It's not like they were, these were a recipe that the D monster made. So there's nothing good about them. And in fact, they were just causing horrible, terrible dramas and traumas in people's lives. And so, and unnecessary. It's like, you know, they didn't do anything to cause it. It's not like they were just being stupid and lame and caused all these problems. It wasn't them. It was these things, these spy versus spy bird thingies. I don't even know what to call them, but they did. They had those long pointy faces, and it was just really interesting to look at them and then pull up pictures of the spy versus spy birds, and that's exactly what they looked like. So anyway, when we got rid of those, I started to realize that the Hologram Rescue Team has now been changed to the Hologram Restoration Team. We have rescued our critical personnel. They're home, they're safe, they're fine. So now our mission is to do what we can to restore this magnificent hologram back to its pristine state. And it would be really nice to be able to do that from the inside instead of having to turn it off and reboot it. So that's the plan as I know it right now, is that we're restoring it, not rebooting it. So, you know, it's kind of a day-by-day thing. We'll just have to see what happens next. So that's it in a nutshell. There's a heck of a lot more to the story, but that's the short version.
Okay, I'm looking at your notes. I might have a couple of things to add. That it was an event release for the end game. If we should ever get as far as we are right now and taking down the Dark Lord, then they would hatch. But they're gone.
Yep.
So Laura Lee, I mean.
Yes, thanks for that. That's a good comment.
Right. And the other thing was, I see that you wrote that there were, well, you got 31 and there was 712 still waiting to hatch, which are gone now. And 50% of indigos were affected.
Yes.
So that's why things were crazy lately.
And more would have been affected had these 712 hatched. It would have been like mayhem. It would have been awful. Like I say, this was a recipe designed by the D monster, so you know it could have gotten really ugly.
Yeah, and wasn't there something, I don't know if you want to talk about this, about spots and blobs. That would be on the 11th. Just so much has happened to people since the 6th when we had our first. That was also enormous. It was affecting the lining of the hologram.
Yeah, I'll have to get my notes out on that. It was I was looking into that for one of our team members that was having a problem and said, "Hey, you got to look at this." And when I did, I found this blob thing that was on the membrane of the hologram. I'll have to get my notes out on that. I can't remember. I do stuff like this like every day, and it's hard to remember. So maybe I can get my notes on that, and we can look at that later, because I don't remember. You know, when I get done with one of these, it's like I take a breath and, you know, drink some water and have, you know, go out with my chickens, and then I kind of forget about it, and then something else comes up. So, and this has been going on for years. This isn't something that's just recent. I've been doing this for decades. So if I didn't keep notes, I would be
naturally move onward and forward.
Yeah, I guess.
What is your motto?
If I didn't.
And just so people know, these blobs and spots, they're gone too. So don't worry about them. They're gone. It's just that there's the enormity of what's happening with the scan on high speed.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, more than we can talk about in even several hours.
Right, yeah, it's a lot. So we're just trying to keep everybody up to date a little bit, as much as we can, with the technical difficulties we're having. I mean, I thought we were home free, and then my phone starts doing this buzzy thing, because we've had a lot of snow and then rain, and it got into the system, and I can tell we're getting a lot of feedback too. So I hope this show is suitable for reposting. I don't know. And maybe we'll talk like chipmunks again. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's always a surprise.
Well, you know, we're well aware that this shows how important this information is, that we have this much interference. And as you know from the first interview, we were able to get nothing out for a full year.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty hard.
There's a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, everyone. Okay, we could go into the next thing I know you wanted to talk about was one of our H.R.T members had some things to say about the photo of the gin that was taken in August.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was. You know, it was important that was brought up, because this guy was kind of concerned that I had put that picture out there, because he felt like it would be emanating like evil essence. And what maybe he was unaware of is that entity, that jinn, is gone. He's extinct, and with him took all of his vibrations, so he cannot vibrate. When we take things to zero like that, they can't emanate anymore, and I don't think he understood that. But I would just like to talk to people about how, when there's something that's emanating creepy stuff, you can change it. It's like when we were talking about the emojis and how they were purposely designed to emanate crappy stuff on everybody that used them. And so instead of being afraid of them and never using them, what we decided to do is change them. It's like, this really is, and it's funny that these spy versus spy birds came up. It's like, we've got to outwit them, and we've got to outspy them, and we've got to outdo them. So if they put something out there that looks all nice and cute, and they put nasty magic on it, we can out magic it and turn it into truth and justice, whatever, just like we did with the emojis. And when you put truth and justice on something, you don't have to worry about it. If it's emanating truth, who cares? If it's emanating justice, who cares? That should be the bottom line. And of course, love and compassion. Actually, it should be emanating cryogenetics eggs or energies and rock energies. So when you find things that are creepy and nasty that were deliberately changed so that people would unwittingly use them and have it turn bad, we need to flip it and then lock it down. When you flip something, that's really good, but then you need to do something to lock it down so it doesn't flip back. So just kind of remember that. These are just kind of some of the rules of how to navigate through this crazy hologram right now. And just know that we are winning. Sometimes, in the past I thought, oh my gosh, let's just call it a day and let's just go home. And I know a lot of people have felt that way, especially in the last few weeks, last few months. But I think the reason is because we're getting so close and the dork lords are throwing everything they have at us to try to get us to throw in the towel so that they can continue reigning in their nasty, foul, blood and horror ways and try to continue to control the hologram. And we're not about to do that. We've worked too hard and too long to throw on the towel now. So this is just kind of I think a pep talk show to get everybody to lighten up, laugh, and just start upping your game. We all get tired and we all have bad days, but it can be like a bad 20 minutes instead of a horrible all day. So that's just kind of what I wanted to tell everybody.
Right. And to remind people that they get immunities from this.
Exactly. When you think about that, it helps you not be so victimized by it. It's like, okay, it's like getting a snake bite. It sucks at the time, but then you're immune to it. And so we just kind of need to think of it that way and look at how tough we're getting. So yes, immunities is our number one ally. And what doesn't really hurt you or kill you makes you stronger. And we really need to make that be our motto.
You don't need to get vaccinated to them.
That's right.
We're not going to go there.
We won't go there. We won't say the B word.
Okay, are we at a half an hour?
I think we could probably wrap it up because I think we're at 18 minutes, so we've got 2 more minutes. We can go a few more minutes here.
Okay, whatever you want to close with. But yeah, I also see this as a pep talk and hopeful, and big things are happening and big things are being taken care of.
Yes, and everybody has. I really this has kind of been on my radar a lot. I've been watching the movie series Sense8, and it's about this pod of 8 people all over the world, and they always have each other's backs, and they're fighting the bad guys. And I think that's kind of like us. Oh, and if you watch it, just know that there's a lot of like long drawn out sex scenes, so you can just like fast forward that. After a while you just go, okay, all right, already they're having sex, okay, let's get on with the show. So just have your remote control there so that you can fast forward on that, because I think that's one of the ploys of these movies is they have something really good and then they put all this porn energy in it, and then you just go, okay, really, come on, let's get on with the superheroes. But it reminds me so much of the Indigos and the Hologram Rescue Team, how we can really have each other's backs, and when we do and we join together, we're really, really changing the movie script here. So if you're inclined, you can watch that movie, but don't have the kids in there when you watch it.
What was the name of it again?
It's called Sense8. Sense8. And it's really good.
Oh.
And that one, and another really good one is Black Mirror. And I've got these on the suggested viewing in cryogenetics too. And Black Mirror is really, really good. It is all about tech and what it's doing and what it could do if we don't take command of it. It's like it will command us if we don't take command of it. Now, I don't mean that to scare you. I just mean we need to have our eyeballs open and see what's going on so that we can do countermeasures on that. And we can, we're very, very capable of doing that. And we are. The Dark Lords did not think we would get this far. Like, not even close. So they would be wrong because we are. Yeah.
As you wrote today, Laura Lee, in the text, awareness makes us less vulnerable.
Yes.
So even if something is not fun, better to know it than not.
Right. You want to know.
I mean, I feel that way because, of course, we're really big on the truth and disclosing the truth, full disclosure. So.
Exactly.
Be brave and stay tuned with us.
That's right.
Should we? You want to end this one now, or do you want
I think let's see. Is there anything else that has come up this week that seems important?
A lot.
Yeah.
The elves, and I mean, there's so much just since the solstice.
Yeah. There's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we'll see if this one works. And I just want to give everybody a pat on the back out there. I've gotten a lot of comments from our last video, and I'm glad that it's helping you guys. And share it with your friends. And we'll just keep on trekking, and we're doing great work, everybody. Yeah. Okay.
And I guess I just want to throw in, since we mentioned horn vibration, skip over that part. That will be something we'll address in the future. It's very important. We just don't have time right now with things moving, big things moving so quickly. We haven't even talked about a new group of AI that was discovered and formed before COVID began, the ET conjured assassin entity. So maybe we'll talk about that in the second half of this. But for now, I want to thank you all for listening. And please watch for future Inside Insights. They're fascinating. As we move onward and forward with Laura Lee. Thank you very much.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye now.